Good morning, students. How are you all? Good. So, today we are going to start our second lesson, that is the earliest people. And before starting the lesson, I hope you have completed the homework of lesson number 1. You have written all the questions in your notebook. And if not, write it down. Complete that homework. Okay? So, today we are going to start our second lesson, that is the earliest people. And in this lesson, we are going to learn about the Stone Ages, the Paleolithic Age, the Mesolithic Age, rock paintings, precious remains of the past, case study, the Deccan. So all these topics we are going to cover in this lesson. So see the first paragraph. Humans have evolved greatly through the millions of years that mark their existence on the earth. Means when archaeologists found different types of physical evidences from the different sites, so it shows that the human beings are exist on the earth from millions of years. Which type of physical evidences? Their bones, their tools, the jewelry they used, the food grains they used, etc. All these physical evidences are found from the different places. And archaeologists, when they study all these things, what they got to know, that human beings are exist on the earth from millions of years. In the early stages, they were hunter gatherers and nomads. In the early stages, people were hunter gatherer and nomads. Hunter gatherer means they are totally depend upon hunting and fishing. Hunter gatherer means they are totally depend upon hunting and fishing, and they were nomads. Nomads means the people who are continuously moving from one place to another in search of food, water and shelter. They does not stay at one place for a long time. They are continuously moving from one place to another place in search of food, water and shelter. So the early people were the hunter gatherers and the nomads. Always on the move, they travel from one place to another in search of food, water and shelter. They hunted wild animals and gathered the fruits. They hunted the wild animals and they eat the raw flesh of that wild animals. They hunted the wild animals and ate the raw flesh of the animals, and also gathered the fruits, roots, nuts and the seeds. So this type of food they ate that time. When the resources of plants and animals food got existed in one area, they moved on another. So when the resources means when the fruits, roots, nuts or the seeds or the animals are uh, over or gets over in one area, they move to the another area. Early humans lived a primitive life. Primitive means very simple, or the life which is not developed. At that time their life was not developed, so they live a very simple means primitive life. They did not wear anything during the summer. In summer seasons they did not wear anything. During the winter season they used animal skins. In the winter season, they used animal skins, the barks of trees, and leaves to keep themselves warm. But during the summer season, they did not wear anything. Nights were generally spent up in the trees. Nights were generally spent up in the trees or in caves or rock shelters. During the daytime, they used their time for in search of food, water or shelter, and during the night time they spend their time in the trees or in the caves or in the rock shelters. The next one is the Stone Ages. About 2 million years ago, human beings started using stone to make simple tools for hunting, as metal had not been discovered yet. As I already told you, the early human beings were the hunter gatherers or the nomads. So for hunting the animals, they need some tools to kill the animals. And metal, at that time metal was not discovered. So they started using stone. With the help of stone, they started making the simple tools for killing the animals, and they need tools for hunting the animals. So they are starting making the simple tools for hunting, and metals had not been discovered yet, means at that time. That is why the prehistoric age, it is known as the Stone Age, because at that time people started using stone to make the simple tools, and that age it is known as the Stone Age. Apart from stone, they are also using bones, animal horns and pieces of wood were also used at the times to make these early tools. Apart from stone, they are using the bones, animal horns and pieces of wood for making the tools. The Stone Age is broadly divided into four periods. Just remember, the Stone Age is divided into four periods. The first one is the Old Stone Age or the Paleolithic Age. The second one, the Middle Stone Age or the Mesolithic Age. The third one, the New Stone Age or the Neolithic Age. And the last one, the Copper Stone Age or the Paleolithic Age. So remember the four periods: Paleolithic Age, Mesolithic Age, Neolithic Age and Chalcolithic Age. The word Paleo, Meso, Neo and Chalco means old, middle, new and relating to copper respectively. The word lithic has been derived from the Greek word lithos, which means stone. That is why this period is divided into four stone ages periods, because the lithos, which means the stone. The Stone Age began and ended at somewhat different times in the various parts of the world. Means ये जो Stone Age है वो हर जगह पे जब start हुआ और जब ख़त्म हुआ तो वो same time पे नहीं था. It is started and ended in different times at the different places. So in this chapter we will learn more about the human life during the Paleolithic and the Mesolithic ages. The next one is sites. The map on the next page shows some important sites of the Stone Ages in the Indian subcontinent. So there are some sites of the ancient time which are having the great importance in the ancient time. There are some sites which is having a great importance in the ancient time. So most of these sites were located near the water bodies and the places where stones were easily available. I told you in this time human beings already started using the stone for making the simple tools, because they are using these tools for hunting the animals. So most of the sites were located near the water bodies and the places where stones were easily available, because with the help of that stone they are making the tools, and that tools they are using for killing the animals. So various finished and the unfinished stone tools have been found at some sites. The places where ancient tools were made have been named as the factory sites. The places where ancient tools were made, ऐसी जगह, ऐसी एंशियंट जगह, पुरानी जगह जहाँ पे टूल्स बनते थे, उन जगहों को वो लोग उन जगहों को क्या बोलते हैं? फैक्ट्री साइट्स. And the sites where traces of animal remains. The sites where traces means the evidences of animal remains and other artifacts. Artifacts means the objects made by the human beings. So the sites where traces means the evidences of the animal remains and the artifacts are termed as habitation cum factory sites. So these are the places where hunter-gatherer must have stayed for a longer period of time. So these type of sites where the hunter-gatherers spend their lots of time and they have stayed for a longer period of time. Two places, factory sites and the habitation cum factory sites. So today we will stop here. We will start our next topic in the next video. So thank you and have a good day.